Today, you are going to learn about perseverance. Perseverance is the drive to follow through to the completion of a goal, regardless of obstacles. Perseverance is sticking with it until it is completely finished. This means having enough self control not to give up when a situation becomes difficult. You are now going to take the perseverance self-assessment. The directions are read each prompt and score yourself. A 0 means never, 1 is sometimes, and 2 is always. Number 1, I always stick with difficult problems or assignments until they are finished. 2, I complete long-term assignments. Think early human assignment. 3, I turn in homework assignments on time. That means the day that your teacher gives you the due date, you turn them in earlier or by the due date. 4, I feel good when I finish an assignment or a task. And 5, if something goes wrong, I can figure out another way to complete the task or the assignment. So when you are finished, you are going to add up every number in the column on the right-hand side right here, and please put your score where it says your score right here. And then you're going to go ahead and take a look at your scoring guide. These are your results. If you earned a 0 to a 3, this is a significant area of weakness for you. If you scored a 4 to a 6, you have some basic skills, but you're still in need of support. If you scored a 7 to an 8, you have strong skills, but you could still make some growth. And finally, if you scored a 9 to a 10, this is a significant area of strength for you. So once you have figured out your score, you're going to go ahead and check the box off where it says common perseverance challenges. So check the box off if you want to give up when something becomes really challenging. Check the box if you turn in assignments late. Check the box if you end up not completing long-term assignments because they are too overwhelming. And finally, last one, check the box if you feel overwhelmed when you get a lot of work all at once. Okay, so this is the last part of your self-assessment. You're going to go ahead and take a look at your total score up here. Go ahead and look at the scoring guide and what it says about your score, and then take a look at how many things you checked off here, and you're going to answer the following question. How did you do? Describe your score. So take a couple of sentences to describe your overall self-assessment in this box down here. Okay, what is perseverance? Perseverance is the ability to keep working and finish a task even when challenges come up. It is sticking with it no matter what happens. This is a very important skill because if you give up, you will never accomplish your goals and dreams. So what are some examples of perseverance? Some examples are working through a tough math test, finishing running a mile, even when you are exhausted, completing a long-term project, even if it is overwhelming at first, working through an assignment, even if you don't know all the answers, or trying a different way to solve a problem when you are unsure of the answer. And of course, there are other examples, but those were just a few. And now I would like you to please work on the next two questions. Please use complete sentences to go ahead and answer the questions in these two boxes. So the first one, and I want you to think about the last 7 days, so the last week. What are some ways that you have shown perseverance over the last week? And second, why is perseverance important in your life? Now we're going to talk about perseverance strategies. Number 1, remember your why. When you are struggling with finishing an assignment or a task, take a minute to remind yourself why you are doing it in the first place. Is this test helping you improve your math grade? Is cleaning your room showing your parents that you are responsible? Always think back to your why for some extra motivation. Number 2, try a different strategy. Be open minded. It's easy to get stuck in your own ways at times. However, if you are having difficulty with a problem or a task, think outside the box and be willing to try a new way. Number 3, skip it and come back to it later. We all get stuck sometimes. Even if something is a big challenge for you at the moment, take a break and come back later. For example, that might mean skipping a difficult math problem and moving on with the rest of the test. Giving yourself a mental break can sometimes do the trick. Number 4, learn from setbacks. Some of the most successful people in the world experienced setbacks and letdowns before they found their way. It's just a part of life. Instead of just feeling disappointed or upset, think about what lesson the setback might be teaching you. Then use that to drive you forward even more. Number 5, ask for help. After you've done all that you can do on your own, it is okay to reach out and ask for help. You might ask someone next to you for help on an assignment, or maybe you need a little help from the teacher or your parents since we're doing distance learning, okay? If you can stay after school for a little bit of extra help. Also, since we're doing distance learning, I know that you have siblings at home that might be able to help, or your parents or grandparents. So it is always okay to reach out for help. And number 6, be proud of your effort. Always think back and celebrate your true accomplishments. Learning how to feel proud of your wins and successes can help you move forward the next time that you're struggling. Think about it. What are you proud of accomplishing this week? Okay, so now we're going to talk about practicing perseverance. Okay, read through the following scenarios. Identify specific solutions for each person to allow them to persevere. Number 1, Jane completed most of her social studies essay, which took her 3 days. Then she realized she answered the wrong question in the essay. She wants to give up because it's due tomorrow. So identify specific solutions for each person to allow them to persevere. So what should they do? You're going to go ahead and write it here. And there could be more than one option, by the way. You can have several things that you write down, or you can have just one. The second scenario, number 2, Ben thought he studied really hard and even stayed after with the math teacher, but he ended up getting a 60 on his math test. Number 3, Jeremy was told if he gets sent to the office just one more time, he will miss out on the field trip that he's been looking forward to. The trip is 2 weeks away, and he already knows there's no way he can make it. And last, number 4, Martha waited until the last minute to start her math homework. She thought it would be easy, but realizes that it's not. That it's not going to take her, sorry, I can't read this little part right here. Oh, sorry. But realizes at 11 p.m. that it's going to take her at least an hour. So I'm going to read that again because I really messed up on that. Sorry. Number 4, Martha waited until the last minute to start her math homework. She thought it would be easy, but realizes at 11 p.m. that it's going to take at least an hour. So you're going to, again, identify specific solutions for each person to allow them to persevere.